Hey everyone, welcome back to Magic Time. The obscure grape series continues. Coming to you from my office here in Napa. Thanks for following the channel, guys. I have a really weird one. Found this at a local boutique wine shop here in Napa Valley. This is the Cardedu Praja Monica de Sardinia. So the grape variety is Monica or Monica, however you pronounce that in Italian, in the local dialect of Sardinia. That's pretty much where the grape is exclusively grown, on the west coast island of Sardinia, off the coast of Italy. And it produces wines of light body, light structure, kind of light color, low acidity. I'd say the tannin levels are pretty low too. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Gamay Beaujolais, but this producer, Cardedu, has been around for like over 1,000 years, this little family, making wine in Sardinia. And the wine is fermented in cement tanks underneath the cellar, underneath the house is what it says. And they are very particular about not using herbicides or pesticides in the vineyard, and mostly farm really organically and naturally. And in the cellar, they're pretty non-interventionist as well, and they don't use a lot of chemicals or anything like that in the wine cellar. A little bit of sulfur, I guess, to keep the bacteria out of the tanks, but that's about it. Had a glass of it last night. Thought it was really, really neat little wine. This is like a coiffer, guys. This is like a summer red that you would love by the pool. You can chill it down a little bit. I like it a little bit chilled. But I would say the color of this Monica di Sardinia is kind of like this little cherry juice, almost like even like cranberry juice look to it. It is red in color, no purple, pretty much consistently colored throughout, and pretty see-through, kind of lighter red wine for sure. The nose on this, a lot of like candied cherry and a little bit of cranberry notes, just a touch of pomegranate, I think. There's like an underlining herbal tone too, which is kind of really intriguing with the wine. Kind of makes you want to taste it. It's a little bit savory smelling. Yeah, like dried herbs. Really neat little wine. Light to medium body. The flavors of cherry and cranberry still like pop. It's very bright and alive. Good acidity, I would say. They say this grape usually produces low acid wines, but there's a pop of acidity and a little bit of tannin as well. It's light to medium body, but very intriguing. Has a little bit of an herbal undertone to it, but mostly red, very bright cherry, cranberry, maybe a touch of pomegranate type flavors to the wine. Very simple wine, guys. This is something that you can enjoy several glasses of and have with pastas and like pizza and stuff like that. Nothing too heavy with too much meat or richness. It kind of would go really well with like spaghetti and meatballs or something like that. Excellent little wine. There's a DOC in Italy. I think it's Monica di Sardinia, and I believe there's another one that's a little bit more localized, which is called Monica di Cagliari. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but there's a couple little DOCs in Sardinia that produce this Monica or Monica grape variety. It's really neat. If you can search this out in some geeky wine shop, the Praja Monica di Sardinia from Cardedu is how you pronounce it. Pretty cool little label. It's 12.5% alcohol and just beautiful little wine growing on the granite decomposed soils of southeastern Sardinia. Anyways, guys, thanks again for joining me for this little geeky wine grape series. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thanks so much for your support. Cheers.